Overnight, rain and windy conditions will clear off into the North Sea, leaving most of us with a dry day with some sunshine, but later we'll see more rain and stronger winds come back into the northwest. I'll have further details in about 8 minutes. It's been wet and windy as well, Naga. Good morning, everybody. What we've got at the moment is a band of cloud and rain and gusty winds continuing to push off into the North Sea, and it will do so through the next few hours. And then for most of us, it's going to be dry and bright, but later we'll see the cloud thicken in the west and then the arrival of some rain and once again strengthening winds courtesy of this clutch of weather fronts. But you can see a ridge of high pressure follows in behind the weather front currently clearing into the North Sea. So it will push away, it will linger across Shetland for much of the day, not really clearing you till the afternoon. The wind will ease and then a lot of dry weather and a fair bit of sunshine. But out towards the west, ahead of the weather front coming in, we'll see the cloud thicken, there'll be some patchy rain and drizzle, and the wind will start to strengthen. You can see the main band of rain coming in later on to western areas. Temperatures 11 to 13, maybe 14 somewhere in the south. Now, through this evening and overnight, the cloud will continue to build as our weather front starts to make progress, moving from the west towards the east. Gusty winds around this as well, with some clear skies following on behind. But these blue circles indicate the strength of the wind gusts. So you can see across the board it's going to be quite a windy night, but particularly so across the north and the west. And as we head through tomorrow, that band of rain continues to trundle towards the southeast. There'll be some showers following on behind. Some of those could be heavy and thundery. But now again, Charlie, still a lot of dry weather to be had. Good morning, everyone. This morning we still have some cloud and some rain and quite gusty winds still, moving steadily in the direction of the North Sea. But all that will clear. And then it's going to be mainly dry and bright. But later on in the day, we'll see a return to cloudy and wet conditions and the wind's going to strengthen. So this is the front that's been moving eastwards overnight. A ridge of high pressure follows on behind, and then this next area of low pressure with its fronts comes our way later. So when we eventually lose all this, again, a fair bit of sunshine, but through the day as the fronts approach from the west, the cloud will build. We'll see some drizzle and some patchy light rain. The wind will start to strengthen as well. And then we'll see the arrival of this band of rain. So temperatures today, 11 to about 13, maybe 14 somewhere in the south. Now, through this evening and overnight, we start off with some clear skies in the east, but the cloud will continue to build, pushing in from the west, followed in hot pursuit by this band of rain and gusty winds across the northwest in particular. But you can see in the black circles, we've got gusty winds almost anywhere. The strongest will be in the northwest. Then we'll see a return to some showers. Some of those could be heavy and thundery. And under clear skies in Northern Ireland and parts of Western Scotland, it will be a cold night. But for the rest of us, temperatures generally in high single figures or low double figures. So as we head on through the course of tomorrow, here's our weather front continuing to edge in the direction of the south and east. Again, if you look at the isobars, you can tell it's going to be another breezy day, windiest across the northwest, where once again we're looking at gusts of wind, maybe 50 miles an hour with exposure towards the southeast and clears, then a lot of dry weather, just a few showers in the west. But once again, across western Scotland, they could be heavy and potentially thundery. Temperature-wise, 11 to about 14 degrees. As for the weekend, well, low pressure is really going to be driving our weather. You can see areas of low pressure moving across us, and then just look at those isobars. So that basically is telling us it's going to be wet and it's going to be windy, but it's also going to be mild. You can see the southerly winds dragging in this milder air, represented by the yellows and also the ambers. Bit of a change as we head towards the latter part of the weekend. So in summary, for the weekend, there'll be spells of rain, there'll be some showers around, there will be some sunshine, and it's going to be windy, particularly so in the south during the course of Sunday. So southern England and also parts of South Wales, and especially with exposure where we could have gales, possibly even a little bit more. Something to watch out for. Nugget and Charlie.
Carol, thanks very much. See you later on.
Pleasure. Good morning. We've got a band of cloud and rain to push into the North Sea. Then for many of us, it's going to be dry with some sunshine, but it's not going to last. I'll have all the details in about 8 minutes. Sunny, and I reckon the temperature will be around about 21 degrees, Charlie.
Good. Good to know, Carol. Good to know.
That's been recorded, Carol.
Oh, great. I'll probably retired by then. Good morning, everybody. What we've got today is a weather front which is moving steadily in towards the North Sea, taking its cloud, its blustery winds with it, and also its rain. And behind it, it's leaving some dry and bright conditions, but That's not going to last, and this is why. There's the weather front heading off, transient ridge of high pressure settles things down, and then the next area of low pressure with its attendant fronts brings more rain, thicker cloud and stronger winds. So when we say goodbye to that rain, which won't be too long now, in the next couple of hours, it will drag its heels though in Shetland. It dries up, patchy rain, some drizzle, and then later on as the winds strengthen, we'll see a return to some wet weather. Temperatures 11 to about 14 degrees. Through this evening and overnight, there'll be some clear skies to start with in the east, but it won't be long before that cloud advances from the west with some showers ahead of this band of rain and gusty winds. To give you an idea, the black circles tell you the kind of strength of wind gust you can expect. And as well as that, there'll be some blustery showers, and also some of those will be heavy and thundery. Now, under clear skies, parts of Northern Ireland, Western Scotland, it will be cold, but for the rest of the UK, relatively mild. Tomorrow then we pick up that band of rain as it continues to scoot down towards the southeast. Brighter gusting up to 50 miles an hour with some showers. Again, the potential for them to be heavy and thundery with our temperatures 9 to about 14 degrees. Charlie, I'm off to see if it's going to be a white Christmas. I'll see you later.
I thought you didn't like me. And then we get told that you're going to have one of your famous temper tantrums if we... It's true.
Naga, you have got no shame, girl.
No discretion, I think you mean.
There's a lot of things going on with the weather. Cloudy, yes. Sunny, yes. Wet and windy as well. Good morning, everybody. But this is a gorgeous Weather Watchers picture taken this morning from Eastbourne by Jeff. You can see the sun is out here. We have got a weather front continuing to push into the North Sea. Behind it, it will be mainly dry and bright. There'll be some sunshine. But then it's going to cloud over from the west and we'll see the arrival of some more rain and windier conditions as the next area of low pressure comes our way. Now, in between this morning's rain and the next area of low pressure, we've got a transient ridge of high pressure, so that is settling things down. So quite a bit of clouds still to clear eastern areas. There's some spots of rain still on it. It will stay around about Shetland into the afternoon before it leaves you, and then a lot of dry weather. Fair bit of sunshine, but already in the west we'll be seeing cloud advance in with some drizzle in western areas as well as the odd bit of patchy rain before the main band of rain arrives later on with strengthening winds. Now, temperatures today ranging from 11 in the north to 14 in the south. Yes, but the cloud will advance, we'll see some showers, and then we've got the rain. It's also going to be a blustery night or windy depending on where you are. These black circles indicate the strength of the wind gusts we're expecting, so the strongest winds will be in the northwest. In the northwest too, where we've got some clear skies in Western Scotland and Northern Ireland, it will be a cold night, but temperatures holding up elsewhere, and we'll still have some showers, some of which could be heavy and also thundery, more especially in the north and west. So tomorrow, here's our weather front continuing to drift southwards and eastwards. One look at those isobars tells you still going to be quite blustery. Strong winds though, which will be heavy and thundery. But at the other end of the country, we're saying goodbye to our weather front. It's clearing onto the near continent, and then we're going to be left with a lot of dry weather, a fair bit of sunshine, and the odd shower here and there. Temperatures 10 to about 14 degrees. Into the weekend, well, we do have areas of low pressure coming our way. The fronts are going to bring in rain, and if you just look at those isobars, that's telling you that it's going to be windy, especially so in southern areas on Sunday. Now, that wind is coming from a southerly direction, so look at the yellows and the ambers crossing the screen. That's also telling you it is going to turn milder. However, on Sunday, we hint of blue comes back in from the Atlantic, so not absolutely everywhere. So in summary for this weekend, it's going to be wet at times with rain or indeed some showers. There will be some brightness or sunshine in between, but on Sunday it looks like southern areas, especially exposed southern areas and exposed southern parts of Wales, will have the strongest winds. There's a potential for gales. The other thing is on Sunday we've got a new moon, there'll be high tides, so there may well be some coastal overtopping to watch out for as well. Charlie and Naga.
Carol, do you know what's happening?
A little bit of a hint, yes.
Are you looking forward to seeing it?
Or anything to do with my Brian, I just love, yes.
You're Brian.
Oh, there's a little clue there.
See? Although
All right.
I do have a little query over my age. I think my mother must have lied with my birth certificate. However.
OK, we'll leave that. And Carol, by the way, isn't there an episode of Friends where someone...
Joey, and I look exactly like the penguin. He sent me a picture of it as well.
You did well, Naga. I think you should rock this look much more often.
Well, do you know what I say?
Oh, it was straight from the heart.
Was it?
Is that another one?
Another one.
Oh, there
yes.
you go. Your eyes light up. May I advise that you don't ask Charlie to make you breakfast?
Yeah, Charlie, we're the same age.
I
Stop knocking
know.
some years off your age.
I know.
Oh, that was good. That was funny. Well done.
So, fancy breakfast with Charlie, Carol? He's cooking.
If he's not cooking, absolutely. If he's cooking.
Time now.
Damp start to the day in some eastern areas. That will clear. Then there'll be a lot of dry weather with some sunshine, but it's not going to last. I'll have all the details in about 10 minutes. Absolutely does. It's so moving and so tender and so loving. Well done, everybody. Now, this morning, there's a beautiful start to the day for some of us. You can see here in North Lincolnshire, the sun is up. And as we go through the course of the day, more of us will see some sunshine, but more cloud in some eastern areas with some patchy rain. That will move away. And then later on in the west, we'll see a return to some wet and windy conditions, courtesy of this next area of low pressure. But in between the front that's clearing and this next area of low pressure, we have a transient ridge of high pressure. So things are settling down. The rain won't clear Shetland until probably mid-afternoon, but for many the wind's easing, the sun coming out, but the clouds starting to build ahead of this weather front coming our way through the afternoon with some patchy light rain and drizzle. The wind will then strengthen, then we'll see the rain. Temperatures ranging from 11 in the north to 14 in the south. This evening with some showers, and then the rain will follow on hot in its heels behind it. Gusty winds, especially in western areas, especially the northwest with exposure. And also here too, some showers. Some of those will be heavy and also thundery. And under clear skies in parts of western Scotland and Northern Ireland, it will be cold. But for the rest of the UK, generally speaking, temperatures holding up. So tomorrow we watch this band of rain advance down towards the southeast and then eventually clear. Behind it, again, a lot of dry weather, a fair bit of sunshine around, but still some pokey showers in the north and the west. Some of those heavy and thundery, still gusty winds in the northwest. We could have gusts as much as 50 miles an hour with top temperatures up to about 13. Everything,
glitter,
Charlie.
happiness.
No glitter.
Can you do Brian
Happiness,
Adams
yes.
again?
With pleasure. We're talking about the songs in the weather, of course. Good morning, everybody. You can see a beautiful blue sky here in Suffolk, sent in by one of our weather watchers this morning. And we also have a weather front which is continuing to clear away from the east. Take its time, though, before it eventually moves from Shetland. Ridge of high pressure builds in behind, settling things down. But then this next area of low pressure comes our way, bringing in more cloud, some rain and strengthening winds. So a lot of sunshine, the wind easing as we go through the morning. But out towards the west, we've got the cloud building ahead of the weather front. That will be thick enough for the odd shower, possibly some patchy rain, before we see the rain coming in a more organised form later on in the day. Now, temperatures today, 11 in the north to 14 in the south. After some clear skies early on in the evening in the east, the cloud will continue to build, producing some showers. Will be heavy and it's going to be accompanied by gusty winds. The black circles give you an indication of roughly what strength of gust you can expect. So the strongest will be with exposure in the west. And here too we'll also see some hefty showers, some of which will be thundery. Temperatures, well, under clear skies in western Scotland and Northern Ireland, it'll be cold for you. But for the rest of us, it is going to be a relatively mild night for the time of year. Now, as we head on through tomorrow, we say goodbye to this weather front. It eventually clears the southeast. There'll be a lot of dry weather for a bit of sunshine following on behind. A breezy day, but still windy, gusty winds up to about 50 miles an hour with exposure in the northwest and still those showers as well, some of them heavy and thundery, with top temperatures 10 to 14 degrees. What about the weekend? Well, it's looking unsettled as low pressure comes our way. There'll be rain at times, showers, there'll be some bright spells, particularly later on Sunday. But on Sunday, strong winds, particularly so with exposure in southern areas, including South Wales. And coupled with the high tides, there may well be some issues with overtopping on the coastline. But one thing you'll notice is the temperatures slowly starting to rise once again. Nugget and Charlie.
Carol, thank you very much.
Thank you. And I should say what Carol's referring to is we were doing the